Hey folks, Syncplicity Customer Success back with you with another how-to video. Today we're going to show you how to create groups within Syncplicity. So let's go ahead and log in using our Syncplicity credentials. And then from here, let's navigate directly to the Groups tab. So creating groups is a great way to manage and segment your individual business units. You don't necessarily want the accounting team working on files or collaborating on files that the marketing team is working on, and vice versa. It's also a great way to manage your individual Syncplicity users from a high level rather than having to drill down into each individual user. But to do all that, to get started, let's go right here to create a new group, and we'll click that. For this exercise, we're creating a new group for the accounting team. So let's go ahead and name this group accounting. And it's also going to ask us if we want to enable a storage quota for this group. Now, storage quotas are useful, if you have a lot of groups with a lot of users in them using a lot of storage. You want to make sure you know how much storage each group is using. So you click Enable Storage Quota, and it'll ask you how much storage in gigabytes you'd like to apply to each individual user in this group. And you would type that number here. For this exercise, there is no quota, so we're just going to untick that box and click Next. Now from here, this is where we're going to type in the individual members we'd like to add to the group. Charlie, our new hire for the accounting team, has just joined, but we need to add them to the Syncplicity accounting group. So to do that, we're going to type his information right here. Now, because he's already a user within my tenant, he will auto complete right here, so we can click that. Additionally, if there's a lot of people you need to add to the group and you don't want to do it one by one, you would just click Add from Syncplicity Company Directory, and that will bring up a list of all your Syncplicity users, and you can add those individuals from that list to this group here. But for this exercise, we just need to add Charlie. So once we've done that, we'll go ahead and click Next. And this last step is surrounding policy and storage sets. Now, if the accounting team had a different policy set than the default policy set that's already set up, that is where we would apply that. Policy is just another word for rules. So if the accounting team had a different policy set than the rest of the organization, then we would make that change here. Additionally, the storage set applies to where the data is stored. Now, this is default to the Syncplicity cloud. However, if you wanted, say, the accounting team, we need to keep this sensitive information on-prem and use that storage connector, that's where you do that. But because we're okay with the defaults here, we're just going to click Next. And so here we're getting the confirmation that the group was successfully created. We can actually go back to the Groups tab to make sure. And sure enough, here it is. And if you wanted just a snapshot on the accounting group, you click into that, and all of their information is right here. Which members are part, which storage sets, which policy sets, which folders they're sharing. All that information is here at your fingertips just because you clicked into groups and you clicked into the accounting group, and you know exactly what's going on with the accounting group. Well, I hope that was helpful. That's how you do it. Looking forward to our next one. Have a good day.